milestones where they can celebrate little success. If you can pull data the way I just pulled it, you can literally celebrate that because you're that much close. 1 out of 5 steps close to a deal. Okay. All right, good. So let's go here. All right, so we have this criteria set up already, and then I also don't like to deal with condos and community living, like apartment type of community living. Gated neighborhoods are fine, but if there's homeowners association type of deal, I don't market to them. If it falls on my lap, I will do such deals. I've done many deals like that. I just fell on my lap because I'm actively in the business. So a lot of time when you're actively in the business, some of the deals that you're going to attract are not things you would typically market to, but because people know you for the person that's in the game, they tend to come to you with everything, including opportunities, right? So that's why I said you don't want to be tracking your success. You don't want to be tracking your success using like how many deals are closed. That's not what you want to do. You want to track your success. How many data did I pull this week? Like with this software, you have access to 10,000 pieces of data. Well, you have access to all the data, but you can download 10,000 pieces every single month. All right. So, but I don't need all 10,000. I don't need all 10,000. I need just this 81 that fits my criteria, because with driving for dollars, I was saying you're gonna knock on every door, not knowing if they even fall into this category of potentially becoming a deal ever. You're wasting time, your most valuable asset. Real estate is not the most valuable asset. Your personal time is the most valuable asset. Okay, so could you get lucky and close the deal from driving for dollars? Yes, but that's keyword is luck. And it's a terrible strategy for business, right? So anyway, let's keep going here. So on market, I don't want it to be listed on the market, right? I don't want it to be listed with an agent, already listed with an agent for sale. Why? Because it complicates things. I like working with agents in a different capacity. I like when they work for me, when they list my properties that are ready to be sold. I like when they go find me a cash buyer on their database, which I'll show you that in a second here now, right? I like when I pay them a full commission, 5%, right? I hate when I have to beg them, because then they feel like, then that's when they start to question if something is legal or not legal. I don't have a problem with people questioning if something is legal or illegal, because I do only legal stuff. I have a problem with people wasting my time. A lot of realtors are ignorant, so I rather not waste my time in that sense. So when I'm marketing, I don't market to houses that's already listed on the market. This is about marketing, right? This is literally about marketing. Let me show you. Let's go back to the stages really quickly. We pull data. We initiate contact. What is that? Marketing. Okay. It's the same thing that we initiate contact either directly or indirectly. Sometimes we do it in an attractive marketing method, which is what I prefer, right? Sometimes we do it in a more proactive method, meaning like hard cold calling and stuff like that. That's also fine, as long as you systemize it and you bring it down to numbers game, right? That doesn't eat up your personal time. That's the place where I start to have problem, when people don't realize how much their personal time is worth, right? All right, so stage 1 to essentially 3, or step 1 to 3, if you will, is marketing. You get paid for marketing to homeowners who are potentially in distress. Okay. All right, so let's go back and start looking at this again. So the criteria, I don't want it to be on the market. That's what you see here. This is the 1, 2, 3, 4, I guess. Fifth criteria is I want it to be notice of default, meaning they're already late on their mortgage in recent times, right? So they're late on their mortgage. That's this criteria under here. You see where it says notice of default? Now I can also narrow down the recording date of the notice of default. I can do that. But if they had notice of default 3 years ago, there's certain point I don't worry about it. If I'm going into Milwaukee this week and I'm looking for 100 pieces of properties, I can send out the postcard to, I can initiate a text messages with, and I can make a potential phone call out to, and I keep it simple, consistent, weekly like that, 100 properties until I close my first deal. After I close my first deal, then I will look for systems to scale up. One of the biggest mistakes that I see a lot of people make is they try to scale up front. They try to run this business like the gurus from the beginning. And it's a terrible mistake, because majority of people, they just end up either, they don't close deals, but they end up making this business worse for all of us. Like I said, you have the new regulations coming up because people are engaging the business, not knowing what they're doing. All right, it's a lot of amateurs. All right, good. So owner type, under ownership type, ownership info, I like you to say individual. See that here, right? This is something I already saved there, right? So once you save it there, you wouldn't have to go through what I'm doing right now. I'm just doing this because I'm teaching, right? Once I hit that button, I have my 81 pieces of property. So let me fly through this really quickly. Individuals, ownership type, as opposed to corporate or mixed use, or any of those kind of things, right? It could be mixed, meaning a person owns it as well as a LLC corporation. I just rather deal with individuals in terms of my marketing. Some of these people will call me and say, you know what, the property you called about, right? The property you called about. Let me answer this question really quickly. You want the money or what? Let's collab. What is your email? So my email is myEmpirePRO@gmail.com, but that's not how to collab. This is how to collab with me if you're interested in collabing. You need to have deals ready to go, because I'm a busy guy, as you can imagine. So only deals. When I say deals, right, this is what I mean. You've done stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, and you have a contract that you already have under contract. If you don't already have it under contract, then that means you're learning the game, and I can't collaborate with you yet, okay? But again, all this material is here for free, so learn how to do the game, get a contract, and then you can submit your deal to myEmpirePRO.com/submit anytime, and we can make money together. So yes, absolutely, I am open to collaborations where we can both serve each other and bring value to each other. All right, so let's go back here. So as active bankruptcy, no, I don't want it to have, I don't want the property to has active bankruptcy. I'm suppressing it, okay? So if I go down here, lien has active bankruptcy, I'm suppressing it. It's a quick suppress status as opposed to targeting it, right? All right, so then estimated value, I like to deal with properties between 100,000 and 500,000 only. Why? Because if it's too low, there's not space for me to make $10,000-$20,000, which is the kind of average I'm looking to stay within. My average is somewhere around $10,000 to $30,000 per deal. So if we're dealing with $50,000 pieces of property, it's kind of hard to make $10,000 from that, right? There's no space in the equity. If it's too high, there's a certain level of sophistications that comes into the game in high-end neighborhoods. It's less potential people I can help. But if it falls on my lap, I will do deals like that all day long. There are people that close deals that make $200,000 from one piece of deal because it's a $1.7 million home, right? It's absolutely possible. But in terms of marketing, I like to deal with volume.